अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोप्य पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथं। नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्। उद्भवस्थितिसंहारकारिणीं क्लेशहारिणीं सर्वाश्रयास्करीं सीतां नतोऽहं रामवल्लभाम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। The Balkand of the Ramcharitmanas at the narrative level is a journey that Sri Ramji makes from Ayodhya via the ashram of Rishi Vishwamitra, Siddha ashram that is, and to Janakpur. There he breaks the bow and marries Mother Sita and they return home. But behind this narrative, there is another story, and that is a symbolic understanding of this. That journey that Sri Ramji makes is symbolically the journey of every sadhaka and the difficulties that he experiences on the way are the difficulties that the sadhaka experiences until finally, just as the journey culminated in a marriage, so the journey of the sadhaka ends when there is a union of Bhagavan and Bhakta. Let us see how. Could not perform yajna because two demons, Subahu and Maricha, would throw filthy things into their Homa Kund. So he came to King Dasharath and said, "This is the situation. Send me Sri Ramji to protect my yajna." KD, that is Dasharath, KD almost had a heart attack. He said, no, I can't send you my Rama. He hasn't even had military training yet. What to speak of to fight against demons? Vashisht Muni saw Vishwamitra Rishi getting little warmed up. So he said, KD, let's talk. So he said, look, when you did not have an heir to the throne, you performed the yajna. Through that yajna, you got not one son, but 4 sons. Now that same yajna requires your protection. Do you not think you should protect that yajna? King understood and he said, okay. So Vishwamitra Rishi took Sri Ramji accompanied by Lakshmanji along. On a forest. In that forest was Tadaka. Tadaka came to attack them, and Sri Ramji, on the instruction of Rishi Vishwamitra, killed this demoness with one arrow. Bas, itna. When when King Dasharatha does not want to send his son, it shows his attachment to his circumscribed family life. When he understands the significance of yajna, he relents and he expands his life. Swamiji says, expansion is life. Holy Mother says, make the whole world your own. In Gita, there's a very beautiful description of this. Man performs yajna, yajna pleases the gods, gods send rain, rain brings us crops, crops, grains, food, and will continue. Like that, in life, in every aspect, the sadhaka will find that yajna has to be performed. And if that yajna is not performed, trouble comes. We will want to, but what comes through us, the sadhaka has to learn is he has to give back. The cycle of yajna must be maintained, the cycle must be protected. We all know this, but how is it we do not perform our? We all know this, but how is it we do not perform our yajna? Because in the forest there is a tadaka which eats up the rishis. The rishis, the sadhus, represent our good thoughts. Tadaka represents our bad expectations, our wrong hopes. Unless these wrong hopes, these wrong attitudes are destroyed, the forest of our mind will remain desolate and no rishi, no positive thought, no divines, anything will be there in the mind. So Sri Ramji kills the Tadaka. By the grace of Lord, the demons in our mind are destroyed. So we come to Siddha Ashram immediately when a good thing has to be done, let us. So the Homa is commenced. Immediately the two demons come, Maricha and Subahu. Ramji and Lakshmanji are keeping alert. When these two come, Sri Ramji with one arrow burns up Marich. With the second arrow, he flings, he burns Subahu. He flings Maricha 800 kilometers away. He says, I'll require him later. Later on in Aranya Kand it comes. Now, Lakshmanji finishes off the rest of the demons. Here, the yajna has been protected. Subahu's two children are Maricha and Tadaka's two children are Subahu and Maricha. The offspring of wrong thoughts, wrong ideas, wrong intentions are these two. They represent dukh and dosh. Dukh and dosh. Dukh, you understand, is pain and suffering. When we have a wrong idea, we will do the wrong thing and suffering will come. With suffering comes defects in our character, and that makes it difficult, impossible almost, for one spiritual path. After this, the journey is to Janakpur. On the way, they come upon an ashram. It was an ashram, it's desolate, deserted. Was an ashram, it's desolate, deserted. Here, at one time lived the Rishi Gautam and his wife Ahalya. Ahalya was the daughter of Brahmaji. Brahmaji, the creator of the universe, has created such a beautiful daughter that her beauty, they lived happily. But up in the heavens, Indradev saw this beautiful woman and he wanted her. He got the opportunity when Gautam Rishi was away. He took the form of Gautam Rishi, Indradev took the Ahalya. But Ahalya was not an ordinary woman. She was able to see with the powers of her mind who this was. Now, ordinarily she would have shut the door on him. But here was the king of the gods. Here was the king of the gods who had found her desirable. Such a vanity arose in her, and she relented to the advances of Indradev. Gautam Rishi comes and he finds them, curses Ahalya to be a stone, to live out there on the ashram ground, pelted by rain, scorched by the heat of the sun, victim of terrible storms. Ahalya remains like that. And she is told, you will only regain your form when Sri Ramji's foot touches you. Ahalyaji accepted the error that she had thought was, Lord, I am a fallen woman. Be gracious on me. When will you come, O Lord? When will you come? This thought of when will you come, O Lord? I am a fallen woman. I have done, O Lord. I am a fallen woman. I have done wrong. That continuous thought of Sri Ramji purified her mind. And Sri Ramji comes and the dust of his feet redeems Ahalya. She is again united with Rishi Gautam. They go off to the Himalayas. Here we see another enactment for the sadhaka. As the sadhaka progresses and he advances, temptations and the difficulties become more and more subtle. Here, the temptation came in the form of a devta. How can we think the devta is going to do something wrong? One Guruji was going away, said to his devotees, one Guruji was going away, said to his he said to his disciples, I am going, I will be back in 6 months. You all choose one quality and you should develop this quality. When I come back, you tell me. So he came back and he asked. One disciple said, Guruji, I have been developing humility. I'm proud to tell you I'm the most humble in this whole ashram. Now, subtly these things come. The sadhaka does not realize this. Only penance, only the grace of the Lord will bring about redirection in the spiritual path. Now we come to the heart of us now is not in Valmiki Ramayana, it is not in Adhyatma Ramayana. I don't know about other Ramayans. Sri Ramji with Vishwamitra Rishi comes to Janakpur. The next morning he goes to pluck flowers. Let me set the scene for you. Flowers. Let me set the scene for you. There is the garden. Beautiful flowers are there, creepers and vines, bees are there, birds are there singing. There are, Tulsidas ji mentions 5 kinds of birds, 4 kinds of birds are singing. One is silent. Next to that, there is a lake. It's a beautiful lake with 7 steps going down to the limb. Here are many birds coming in and going around. There's a beautiful sound of the singing of birds. Then, nearby there is a temple. This is the temple of Mother Parvati, Girija. So that is Mother Sita, comes here to pray to her. King ceremony is on. She has come here with the companions. And on that side, in the garden, is Sri Ramji. Beautiful romantic setting. Satiji and her companions go down to the waters of the lake, have a dip, come up, come up. As they come up, one of the companions drifts away and she sees there the two princes. She is stunned by their beauty. She's speechless when she returns to Mother Sita. She stammers and stutters. See, she is not able to say what she has seen. In Kena Upanishad, like this it is said, how Brahman is. Na tatra gacchati chakshur na vag no manaha. A loose translation of this is that speech cannot describe, and that is the state of this companion. She represents Guru. Guru comes, breaks away from the rest of society, has an experience, has direct experience of God, returns, but is not able to tell what he has seen. Now Mother Sita comes, she said, let us go and see who these are. So she comes. As she is walking, there is the sound of the bangles and there is the sound of the bells. See, Ramji is there plucking flowers and he hears this. He thinks. See, it's very beautifully described here. Kankana kinkini nupur dhuni suni कहत लखन सुन राम हृदय गुनी दीने मनसा विश्व विजय कहाँ कीने अस कहीं फिर चिताए तेरी ओरा सिय मुख शशि भये नयन चकोरा. Sri Ram, it's a beautiful description of the sound, and he tells Lakshmanji, it looks like Cupid has come here and sounded his kettle drums and he is intent to do his work. In other words, awaken love. Now he sees where the sound is coming from and he sees Mother Sita. He looks at her and he says, she lends charm to charm itself. She lends beauty to what is beautiful. Romeo, when he sees Juliet on the balcony, he tells his friend, oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. So lovers are seeing this. Sri Ramji understood who she was. She doesn't see who Mother Sri Ramji is walking away, and then she sees. राम को देख कर श्री जानकी माता is seeing him, seeing Sri Ramji. राम को देख कर श्री जनक नंदनी, राम को देख कर श्री जनक नंदनी, बाग में वो खड़ी की खड़ी रह गई, बाग में वो खड़ी की खड़ी. She's transfixed. She stares at Lord. She takes him in through the portals of her eyes, and he floats down as into the cave of her heart. She closes her eyes and locks him in. Sadhaka does the same, takes in the Lord and keeps him in the heart. This journey is completed now like this. Bhagavan has seen Bhakta, Bhakta has captured Bhagavan and placed Bhagavan in the heart. The marriage of Sri Ramji and Mother Sita is this, the coming together of Bhagavan and Bhakta. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Guru Arpanam Astu. Om Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Chara